You're listening to Up the Turnpike with hosts Mitch Anderson and Matt O'Leary.
Hello and welcome to Up the Turnpike's post-game show for Islanders Kraken. What's going on? What's cracking, Mitch?
Oh, look at you go.
How about that? What's cracking, bud?
I'm realizing my glasses are probably too tight. Look at these marks on my face. If you couldn't tell I wear glasses, it's pretty obvious. I need a makeup department apparently to fix this. Like, look at this forehead on both sides. I got the reversed image here, but like, look how far that goes. Unbelievable. Sheesh. Yeah. What about you? What's going on with you?
So future mother-in-law came over and brought Big Ziti. So I just ate my body weight in Big Ziti after the end of the third period. And then I was like, Mitch, you gotta give me like 10 minutes. I gotta finish eating this, and then we'll do the post game after that. But I'm on a full belly. So if I start falling asleep on the show, that's why.
Well, we'll try to keep you alive and going here by discussing this game, which ended in disgusting fashion.
Yeah, it certainly did. Let's get it rocking. We'll pull up the tabs for the goals. We'll look at the visualization. If my StreamYard loads, there we go. Old foe, Yanni Gourde does it again, baby. All right, let's look at the goal visualization right off the face-off, kind of working around behind the net, and Yanni Gourde does his thing.
They just throw it. They just throw it on net. Tanev just throws it on the net, and Yanni Gourde is there. Isaiah George kind of tries to get him out of the way, but it doesn't really work that well. But it wasn't like Yanni Gourde got a stick on it, right, and made a skilled play. It literally just bounced off of him, off of Sorokin and in. Pure garbage. I'm not going to crucify Isaiah George for that. Maybe he could have done better to move him out, but Yanni Gourde, professional hockey player, is obviously strong on his skates, as most guys are. It's hard to move that when you're a 20-year-old, rookie. So, yeah, like kind of what Jeremy's asking, how does Ford or George look like? Why did I say Ford? How does George look like? He looks pretty good. Is it ceiling over under Thomas Hickey? I would say, yeah. I think that'd be a push. Thomas Hickey would be the push.
Yeah, like a good third pair. Maybe at some years can be a second pair guy, depending on situation.
Yeah, I think clear NHLer is obvious. Yep. And that's in and of itself a win when you're drafting a fourth rounder. Minus this play here. But again, I'm not really blaming him too much. He was on the guy. It's not like Gourde was alone. So just bad balance type of thing.
I'm comfortable enough saying he's good. It's about how good is he going to be?
Yeah. I think Thomas Hickey, 20 points. He's obviously a good skater. He can obviously exit the zone with possession and make a good pass. We saw that the other day, that backhand pass that he made to Bo Horvat.
Yes.
Against, was it the Vancouver Canucks? Oh my God. Insane pass.
Gorgeous.
So he's got that skill in him, plus all these other translatable factors. So he's going to be an NHLer, and that's a win already.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
Something else we'll take here, Mitch, the Pierre Engvall resurgence.
Yeah.
Really nice play. We got to give our guy Pierre Engvall some credit. We crapped on him a lot. Deservedly so, as you said, but how about it? Pierre Engvall going to the front of the net, good things happen.
Right. And these are the things that Patrick Watt and the Islanders coaching staff have been trying to tell him from day one. Just streamline, straight lines, buddy, straight lines towards the net. Please, for the love of Jeebus, go to the net. And now that he's doing that, goals in back-to-back games. Of course, the line is, I think you'll agree, the line is playing well and doing a good job forechecking, yes, which is creating some of these opportunities. But like, do this on top of the other thing and equals success. It is finally working.
What do you know? Sometimes you don't have to overcomplicate it. And he's a very streaky player, so not really all that surprised. Probably will have a good couple of weeks here. Then I'm sure at some point later on this season, we're going to talk about Pierre Engvall being frustrating. But moral of the story, we could be excited about it. That was a nice goal. Tied it up before the end of the first period.
Yeah, so good job by him. Good job staying in the game. It wasn't long afterwards, right? It was like 5 minutes later after the Yanni Gourde goal that Pierre Engvall scored. So we didn't have to play behind too long. And I thought they played a pretty good first period. I think the shots are in our favor, are they not?
No,
They're not.
12-9 in favor of Seattle. But I thought it was even first period.
Yeah. The underlying numbers agree with you. 18 shot attempts for both sides. The Islanders had more high danger attempts at 5 to the Seattle Kraken 2. And they had more expected goals at 1.35 to 105. So good job, New York Islanders, playing a good first period on the road. Excellent.
Yeah. So no goals in the second period for either side. Kyle Palmieri got called for a holding call, and if you could read lips, his reaction was very funny. He was not happy about it. Butch wasn't happy about it. Thomas Hickey wasn't happy about it. It was a weak call, but Islanders killed it off. They killed 3 penalties today.
4.
I'm sorry, 4. I
4
almost
penalties.
discredited him a little bit.
Right. Orbican right there. PK looked really good tonight. More on the PK a little bit later, but the PK not only looked good, but Patrick Roy clearly has confidence in our penalty killers. Again, more on that at the later portion of this third period. If you haven't seen the game yet, but if you have, you know what I'm talking about already. But the PK has been good for a few games now, has it not? I just want to pick up the stat. Like it feels like it has, right? But like, what are the actual numbers here? If I go to Hockey Reference, team game log, the Islanders have allowed, actually hasn't been that great. Oh my God. They've allowed a power play goal against in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in 5 of their last 6 games, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of their last 7.
Okay.
At least 1 power play goal against. That's not good.
I don't know if this is just my vibe feeling differently, but vibes wise, the power or the penalty kill doesn't feel as bad as what it was earlier in the year. And I think that's why you were kind of wording it that way.
Yeah.
At the start before looking into the numbers. So
this doesn't count today's game. So it's 7 or 6 of the last 8 games. They haven't allowed a penalty kill goal against in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
But still before that, it's not great. Oh man, but it feels like it is. You're right. So, but they go into the third period. I thought the second was a bit of a snoozer.
Yeah, it was. It was. I would agree with that.
Right, like 15 shot attempts to 17 by the Seattle Kraken. 3 high danger chances for us to 1 for them. Like 0.1 expected goals combined. It wasn't a barn burner second period. Which is all right when the game is 1-1. You don't need to force this bad Kraken team. They're bad, even though we lost. Into you don't want to give them a lot, but you don't want to push them too hard either. Just manage the game out, which I think is what the Islanders did in that second period. Sorry.
So let's get into the third period. Islanders go on the penalty kill relatively early. Maxim Tiplikov, go figure. He gets hit with a penalty. Look, Maxim Tiplikov's been pretty good since coming over to the NHL. Penalties a massive issue. He's taken one like every game, it feels like. But Islanders do a good job, including scoring a shorthanded goal. Unbelievable play. We got to give. I've been hard on Noah Dobson, but I want to give him credit on this pass. This was a beautiful feed to Brock Nelson.
Right off the bench. And Brock Nelson, one hell of a play here.
Yep.
Just barely gets it to go by Joey Decord. Just gets enough on it after he gets
the second attempt. Yeah, it was the second attempt that really got it to go.
So good job by him for making that play. And you're right, that pass by Noah Dobson is friggin' delicious. More of that, please. But yeah, Sipakov, 14 penalty minutes in 17 games, now up to 16 in 18 games, which is those numbers have got to come down.
That's a lot, dude.
They have got to come down, please.
And he's not taking majors either. Like these are all 2-minute minors.
Yeah. This is his first penalty in 4 games, though. Doesn't feel like
okay. It. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. So, it genuinely feels like every night it's a penalty.
Exactly. So, but you're right. We killed it. We're +1 effectively on the PK. Really, when you think about it, the net penalty kill is 100% plus. Doesn't matter. So we're up. We're up 2-1. Just see the game out. We're good.
37
but apparently, Scott Mayfield decides he's going to go for a nap in the middle of the ice.
Can you do your thing? The lip thing?
The lip thing? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, when Scott Mayfield went full And you go, oh, yeah. This is what Scott Mayfield did on this play, and then we'll see it visualized right here too.
Just keep your eye on Mayfield, everyone. Keep your eye. They've got good positioning here, and then boom. Where is he going?
Even watching it back, it pissed me off. We'll do it again too.
Well, he's supposed to say between the two red dots, between the face-off lines. That's where he's supposed to be. And watch it. Boom. Once he hits center ice, where are you going? What are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know what that was, but that wasn't good.
What a stupid brain fart. Completely unforced error.
And then that cost him a lead. 37 seconds you held that lead. Not ideal, obviously. And Seattle right back into it, tied up at 2. And unfortunately, I don't know what goalie interference is or isn't. What was your take? Did you think this should have been goalie interference?
No. When I saw it live, well, I can agree. I can hear the argument that the NHL has called, or other games have been called, or other goals have been called goalie interference on much, much less.
Yeah.
So by just like the precedence, fine. I will say, sure, the precedent says this probably should have been a goal, depending on what precedence you're using. Yeah, I look at it and I'm like,
scored, by the way, I should have led with that. It was Jamie Oleksiak, but
yeah, I don't think there was anything to it. I honestly, there's contact, I suppose, but it's like contact between me and this microphone when I get my nose a little too close. It's nothing. It's inconsequential.
Yeah. When I watched it live, I thought no shot. This is gonna stand.
Mm-hmm.
On the replay, I was kind of talking myself into, okay, maybe there's something there.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna say I was floored when they came back and said this is a good goal. Like okay, I get it.
And with 3 minutes left, Patrick Roy has to try it. He has to, and this is like the pin in it, taking the pin out, going like he's got confidence in his penalty killers because he knows if he's got it wrong, he's gonna have to kill a penalty afterwards, which is not great. And they did. But you've got to try, mainly because, as you said earlier, no one friggin' knows what goalie interference is. So he's got to roll the dice. I'll give it a shot. Random bullshit. Let's see what happens.
And that's what I mean too. Did I think it was goalie interference? At first look, no. But how do you not at that point try it? Right? You're down a goal. Maybe you get it back to even, get it to overtime, get a point, and whatever happens after that, you're kind of good. That's not the case. Of course, it goes in off of Brock Nelson too. Just frustrating. Puck goes in front. And it just kind of goes right through. I was glad that Brock Nelson got on the scoreboard today. He needed to. It was 3 points in his last 9 games before today. But 7 goals, that's a nice goal number. His assists have been down this year.
Yeah. So the goal goes in, game is over, really. We killed the penalty. We have little time left. We don't create much with the empty net. Shocking. We don't allow a goal, obviously, against with the empty net, so that's a bonus. But I'm not too mad about the result. It sucks, obviously. We want to win these games, specifically against a team like the Seattle Kraken, who, with all due respect, isn't great. Even back to Orbicans is so on brand for the Isles to compete with Edmonton, dominate Vancouver, and then lose to Seattle. We dominated Vancouver. It wasn't even funny. Mm-hmm. And then
that's what I said going into this road trip. I said I think the Islanders will lose the first 2 games because they're the significantly better teams. I think they will beat Seattle and who's next? Detroit.
Calgary's next, and then Detroit.
Okay, that's right. Calgary, then Detroit. But they kind of did the reverse of that. So who knows? Maybe they lose to Calgary again now.
Yeah, and they were on a 5-game point streak. That was going to come to an end at some point. It comes to an end this way in a game where they didn't dominate. Obviously, they were at 47% of Corsi, which is wild for the Kraken. The Isles had 56% of the expected goals, though 2.34 to 1.8. They were probably the better team. And when you think about it, the 2 goals that the Kraken scored are the flukiest fluked goals that will ever fluke the earth, right? Bounce off Yanni Gourde. The other one it was probably goalie interference, but just kind of squeaks through anyways. I don't think they deserve to win this game. They got lucky.
We have a spicy Patrick Waugh quote. Can I pull that up? Well, we kind of just went over the goalie interference. That was not let me throw a dart here. He genuinely believed that it was goalie interference because Stefan Rosner tweets, before Waugh could even hear the entirety of the question that started, do you feel like, he jumps in and says that we got robbed? Yeah.
Wow.
That's about as blunt as it's going to get from an NHL coach.
Like they have obviously studied the precedents, not just they, Patrick Roy and John McLean and some of the other coaches on the bench, Desrosiers or Desrosiers, as this guy would like to say, Desrosiers.
Did we lose him? Oh no. He went full frozen on me. I'm going to boot him and bring him back in. Now he's a black screen. That's no good. But I'll take over until Mitch comes back. There you go. Now he's back.
I don't know. My whole internet just went for a second.
So you were saying this guy likes something that Spiz likes to say, and then you went.
Oh, Desrosiers is one of the other Islanders coaches. Anyways, they will have studied the precedents, right? They feel like they know where the NHL is at in regards to the definition of goaltender interference. And so with all that together, they would have said, this is probably we can probably have this come off. And then it doesn't. So I get why Patrick Roy has that sentiment of they feel robbed. I just, as an NHL watching member of the public, I just like you didn't think this was ever going to come back. Ever. It was such light contact, if any. I blame Sorokin more than anything. I don't know where he was going with the save that he made. Like he was moving away from the shot when the save is made. So he wasn't in the greatest position, I should say.
Yeah. Another Stefan tweet before we get into box score numbers and stuff. Mm-hmm. Anders Lee called that game an absolute bummer the way it ended. Brock Nelson said he has to come up with the block. Agree. Sorokin told Ethan Sears that he takes blame for the last goal. And Patrick Roy furious at the goal standing, but he loved the way the team played. Loved might be a stretch for me, but I don't think they were horrible today.
No, they weren't. Again, 56% of the expected goals at 5-on-5. They killed 4 penalties. That's huge. One at the end, preventing it from going to like 4-2. They kept the game close. Like the penalty killers did what they were supposed to do for 2 games straight now. Yep. Although they've only killed 5 in the last 5, but still. They generated more opportunities and they scored the ones they were supposed to score. It's just 2 of the goals that Seattle scored shouldn't have gone in. That's just how it happens.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Ready to do our post-game box score? Who had the most ice time? All right, we'll start with the forwards as usual. Mitch, who led the way?
I feel like Brock Nelson is going to be the guy. I know it was a weird player last time with Kyle Palmieri because of all the penalties, but we had 4 penalties or penalty kills. I feel like he's the first guy out there, and I feel like I saw him a lot, so I'm going to go with him.
I like the thought process there, but no. And it's not a crazy difference. There's 4 guys who are pretty close. Brock is 4th with 20 minutes and 9 seconds.
Okay.
Palmieri and Horvat are in front of him, but leading the way, number 1 in ice time at 21:07. So we're talking about a difference of 58 seconds with 4 guys there at the top. JG Pajot led the way with 21 minutes and 7 seconds.
Yeah, he's playing on the top line. He plays on the penalty kill. He plays on the power play. So, okay, makes sense. God damn it. I like how you try to help me out every time. Like, well, you almost got it.
Well, you were on the right track. I'm very confident you're going to get the least.
The least, I assume, is Matt Martin. How much? How little? 4 minutes?
4:56.
Oh, Maddie.
Mitch, this fourth line. Matt Martin, 4:56. Kyle McLean, 6:52. Oliver Wahlstrom, 7:09. Is Cal Clutterbuck coming off the MSG desk and going back out and playing 4th-line minutes for this team? What the hell is going on with that 4th line? They are horrible. They are a horrible unit.
Yeah, it's not going well.
Mind you, this is with Casey Cizikas had to come off the ice and miss extended time in this game too.
Yeah.
And they still didn't get extra shifts.
They played 4 minutes together at 5-on-5. Martin, Kyle McLean, Oliver Wahlstrom. Minus 7.7 relative Corsi. The only line that was good Corsi-wise was the top line.
Makes sense.
minus 52.4% expected goals. They generated 0.03 expected goals to the 0.35 expected goals they gave against, which the number isn't great there, but it was very much one-sided in the wrong direction when that line was out there.
That's what it is every night. Like I hate to beat a dead horse, and
yeah,
like Matt Martin, appreciate everything he's done. Kyle McLean, I'm optimistic about being, a fourth liner here for the next couple of years. Wallstrom, any expectation as that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
But I don't want to feel like every post game we do or every podcast we do, I got to come on and rip those three guys. But they're giving you nothing every night.
And I get it. It's a fourth line. Like, who really cares? They play 4 minutes. You can't get caved in for 4 minutes. I don't think they're on the ice for a goal against. They are not, at least at 5-on-5. But why would they play on the power play or anything else? But they're not providing you anything. Not even anything close to what would be semi-competent. Not competent. I shouldn't say competent. It makes it sound like they're dumb. They're not dumb. It's just not working.
Yeah.
Like, I know they're trying. And that's why I want to say it's not working. They're trying their best and they're doing as well as they can. It's just not working. Whether their skill sets combined don't translate to something, or there's something else off with the way that they play, they're trying. It's just really not working, and we've got to do something different. But points in 6 games straight, or not 6 games straight, but in 5 out of 6 games. So something's working at some level. Once guys get healthy, then the decisions come.
They're just trying to stay afloat until they get healthy, which I got to give them credit. They're doing that to an extent. It's not the prettiest, but they haven't fallen completely out of this thing yet.
Not yet. So it's okay. Everything's going okay.
All right, let's do the decor. Who led the way?
I assume it's Noah Dobson. It's going to be Ryan Pulock. I'm sticking with Noah Dobson, but I know it's Ryan Pulock.
Ryan Pulock, 24-38 for our guy Pulock. He picked up an assist. Can we very brief, because you don't want to do this really in a loss. But the Ryan Pulock Anders Lee resurgence in 24-25 is very good for the Up the Turnpike brand.
I'm all here for it. We didn't think it was going to happen specifically for Anders Lee, but goddamn, it feels good that it is.
They've been playing well. Wanted to give them a shout out, and because those are two guys that we as a podcast really like. So
absolutely,
let's see them playing well. Least amount of ice time. Don't overthink it.
It's Grant Hutton. No.
Dennis Chalowski, 14:03.
But they had a power play, so I thought maybe he got some time on the power play and that would have set him above.
No, it was close. Hutton had 15:28. For Isaiah George watch, his ice time went back up 18:40 tonight.
Okay, that's
a little bit more normal.
Yeah, do you think that that's maybe the more appropriate place for him? Yeah.
Yes.
I agree. 24 minutes is like great. I'm glad you think that he can do that, but I don't want to have to rely on him to play 24 minutes.
I'll pull it up. Maybe we eventually get to, like, I'm good with Pulock and Dobson being in the 24 and 23 range. If we get Mayfield at 18 and George maybe around 20, 21, I think you're in a little bit of better shape.
Yeah. I forgot that they were playing with 6 defensemen today. 7 defensemen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 6. Okay. For some reason that list looks longer looking at it than normal.
Eyes are playing tricks on you.
Apparently so. I apparently need to put my glasses back on.
Get them on.
There you go. That changed nothing, but all right.
Sorokin stopped 24-27, 889 save percentage. Doesn't look great. I don't think he was really bad today. The 889 doesn't feel accurate to how he played. He was okay.
No, although I agree with him. You probably should have had that last one. Contact aside, not even with the contact, he probably still should have had that last one.
Okay, fair.
So, yeah, sucks, but whatever. It's averages. I don't think he's going to give a hoot. Whatever, he might not win a Vezina trophy this year. He probably wouldn't anyways. Connor Hellebuck's basically got it wrapped up regardless.
Yeah, it's that. Put a bow on it. Shots on goal, 27-24 to the Kraken. Islanders back dominating in the faceoff dot. What else is new? 57.9% to the Kraken's 42. No power play goals on either side. 8 penalty minutes for the Isles, 2 for the Kraken. A lot of hits for the Kraken, 16 to the Islanders, just 9. A lot of block shots for the Isles, 16-8. Giveaways, 11-7. takeaways, both low numbers, 4 for the Kraken and 3 for those New York Islanders.
I'd say even the giveaway numbers are low considering what we've seen so far this year, right? Basically single digits across the board. Whew. Usually it's like 15 aside.
Yeah, not a bad box score today.
Yeah. I'd like to see the shot totals go a little bit higher. Specifically considering they blocked 8. Like they didn't get in the way of a lot of shots.
No, not really. Not a whole lot of rubber. But any closing thoughts on this game before we put a bow on it and get out of here?
Maybe we just go through a few things here going on in the discussion for this.
Yeah, get in the chat.
DiBernardo is laughing and clapping, I believe, at the fact that you had a bunch of big ZD.
Yeah, I did have a bunch of big ZD. I am feeling it. I need to go lay down.
Yeah. Olbekin saying, horrible effort in the third. Great looking power penalty kill, though. So good to see. Back to Spazero says, hey, boys, are we shocked any of the Islanders for Islandersing? I don't know what he's trying to say there exactly. Do you know?
Maybe are we shocked that the Islanders are in? No. I would think that any is supposed to be at.
Maybe. I don't think so.
No, I don't think anyone should be surprised at this point.
It wasn't that much of a fall down. Anyways, Joe says Kraken make a comeback, but we were excited. Mitch's stash is coming back too. That's right. My wife was none too pleased after I shaved this morning.
You came downstairs after coming out of the bathroom and she said, not again.
Which I thought was odd because I was like, what do you think I'm doing here? What do you think is happening? I was going to try to get the facial hair to come in a little bit more, but it was starting to bother me. I was getting some white streaks right here, and I wanted to see how white they would get, but it was bothering me, and I didn't want the beard anyways. So,
okay, I'm starting to get a little gray on the chin and on the sides.
Nice. I wanted more gray. I thought it'd have more at this point. I'm just going to lose it all before it goes gray.
No, your hair is still very dark.
Yeah,
still very dark.
It's right here. There's a little white there, right there. Although that might be the lights. To Anthony, who says send Mayfield and the rest of his long contract to China.
China. Yeah.
Did not look good.
China might not be far enough.
That was a really I don't know what the hell he was doing.
What
the hell?
Watching it back in the visualization, I think made it worse.
It did. I want to see it live, but it looks
because you don't really see it. I mean, you see it on the broadcast angle, but like from the sky up above, you get a better idea of just how bad that really was.
Yeah, just how quickly once he reaches the center faceoff leads sharply towards the plate. Why are you doing that? Just cover the middle, man.
His controller died, and he's just sliding the other way and not staying in a straight line. Yeah. There you go.
Andrew censorship playing down to competition is never good, despite the injuries. They have to win these games. Ilya looks great, yet the opposing goalie always seems to do him one save better at times late in the game, specifically on that Brock Nelson breakaway. I added that last part. I'm not sure why Brock didn't try to deke him out instead of just go for the shot. That stuff never works.
Yeah. I felt like he got in a little tight and panicked, but watching the replay back, it looked like the puck wasn't settling down for him. So I think that's why he got in a little bit tight. But man, that would have been really nice. Yeah.
Jeremy's warning me not to go watch it live.
No, don't watch. Please
I'm
don't
do it anyways.
It was not good. But I feel again. I know I just said this, but I'll repeat myself. I think watching it on that cam with the dots, or if we had, I wish the NHL had like coaches film, because the NFL, you can pay for a service, NFL Plus, and you get the all 22 or AKA coaches film for every game, for every play. So if we had that for here, I would love to go back and see the coaches view angle of that blunder.
That would be amazing. I wish, God damn, the NHL's got to learn some things from the NFL.
They can never get this right.
Just give us more access. And just to end things on maybe a positive note here, back to Jeremy says, Yzerman with another goal tonight, putting up decent numbers in college. Has anyone watched him? How is he looking? Wow. The numbers kind of speak for themselves. Like Yzerman is doing very, very well over at that Boston University. I still haven't heard from them, by the way. Please, if anyone knows anyone at Boston University, tell them that I've been trying to email them and no one's answering me.
Come on,
yeah. 10 points, 10 games with 6 goals, that's not counting today, of course, for Cole Eiserman. Hell of a shot. And I was worried that the assist numbers weren't up there. They're getting there. The man is creating plays. The skating is great. The vision is great. He looks good. He looks good, man. He's got to work on some things, specifically defensively, but like, name me a prospect that doesn't, and I will call you a liar.
I'm ready to let myself get hurt again. I am in. I'm in more than I was on Bellows and Wallstrom on Cole Eiserman, like tenfold. And I was like, yeah, I would say 10x as hyped as I was.
Wow.
And I think I liked Wallstrom over Bellows.
I did as well.
Just going back to how I felt pre-draft, not like,
Right.
hey, after 2 years and then, all right, let's look at this. I don't think that's fair. But I was pretty high on Oliver Wallstrom. I think I am about 10x higher on Cole Eiserman than I was.
Yes.
I think Cole Eiserman, ready? I'm ready to declare it on November 16th, 2024. Cole Eiserman will be a perennial 30-goal scorer in the NHL.
Whoa. Bold. That is bold. I love it. It is bold, but I friggin' love it. I want that so bad. So bad.
I am in. I am confident. I'm ready to get hurt again.
Love it. Let's go. Okay. Good way to end the show for sure.
Beautiful. All right. That's going to do it for us on this one. Islanders play in Calgary Tuesday night. We'll have a post game for you Wednesday morning. We'll also have a pod coming out tomorrow night on the Patreon. So sign up for the Patreon if you haven't already. And then a pod on Wednesday on the Patreon. So a ton of content coming out for you. And that'll do it, Mitch. Any final thoughts?
That's it. Everyone have a good Saturday.
That'll do it. I'm Matt. He's Mitch. Catch you next time. Uh-oh, I froze.
Did you?